Hey guys, welcome back. So today I thought we'd do another little fun video and rank all 30 new MLS kits for the 2026 season. I'm going to give a quick breakdown of each kit, and then at the end of the video I'm going to give a tier list of where I think all of them rank. Let me know down below, what kit did you think was the best, the worst? I want to see if you agree with me, disagree. I'm curious what other people's opinions are who have been involved in football and soccer for longer than I have. All right, so let's get into the first couple of kits here, starting off with Atlanta United. Atlanta United's 2026 kit is a reference to the 1996 Olympics that took place in the city 30 years ago. Using a sash design inspired by the colors and the aesthetic of those games, the the cream and green tones tie into the Olympic theme, and I think honestly, the gold for the crest sponsorship and the Adidas logo, along with it being the accent color for a lot of this, I think that's a great touch. This is honestly one of my more favorite kits that have come out. I would say this isn't, amazing, but this is definitely going in the great tier, I would say. Next, we got Austin FC. So, Austin decided to do vertical stripes for both their home and away kits for the first time. Even though both kits are going to be primarily green, I do think this one has enough of a standout to be its own kit and not be like you have to have one with the other. I do think the black for the logo, sponsorship, and everything is a good touch, but to me, this seems like a very basic kit. It's good. It's a good kit. Don't get me wrong. It looks nice, everything. It's clean, but it's not like great or amazing. I think it's a good kit overall. Next, we have CF Montreal. So CF Montreal says this kid draws inspiration from the club's 2015 team that reached the CONCACAF Champions League final and beat Toronto in the MLS Cup playoffs. I looked at the 2015 jerseys and I didn't see much of a resemblance, but it is what it is. However, I do like the partnership that they did with Procure to support prostate cancer awareness. I think that is a great touch. And because of that, I am going to bump it up to great. Next, we have Charlotte FC. So, this is a return to the club's early look with the blue body and white sleeves. I do like the added detail around the collar and around and the edges of the sleeves. But at the end of the day, this is a pretty overall basic kit. It's nice, don't get me wrong. It's really good looking. I would say it's good, not great. Maybe bottom of great tier if I could be convinced, but as of right now, it's going to stay in good. Chicago's kit also returned to the club's roots with a classic red collared shirt and a white band that goes around the chest. The addition of the collar and having the sponsorship logo be in the blue does help tie together the kit with the club's traditional colors. I also do like the bands on the sleeve not fully being like all the way around, and I do like the collared shirt design. So it's the same thing with Charlie, where I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna be good or great. It's kind of in the middle right now, but that's where I'm gonna have it right now. By the end, I mean, I'm sure some of these are gonna change, but that's where we're placing it right now. Oh, this one. Um, so the Colorado Rapids. The Rapids decided to celebrate their 30th anniversary and opted for a pretty much all black kit, which, from my understanding, has the color black has never been a part of the team's color palette. And it's just, there's nothing going on with this kit. Like, it's all, you know, the border around the collar and the trim on the sleeves and everything, but like, there's nothing going on here. There's no celebration of the 30 years. It's kind of really boring. Like, this might actually be the worst kit this year. Next, we got Columbus Crew. who is now back to their primarily yellow kits. I do like the collars around the neck, so that does give it points for me. Overall, it's a clean, simple, black and yellow always goes together and matches their logo. To me, this is definitely going to go in the good tier. This isn't one where I might bump it up to great. This is just solidly good. Next, we have DC United. DC United's kit leans heavily into the black, red, and white of the logo, and it is a very clean jersey. Um, I'm actually going to make a tier for these jerseys called the simple tier, where it's not good, it's not great, but it's nice and simple. Yeah, I'll call it the nice and simple tier. So this, Columbus, Charlotte, those are all going to go in the nice and simple tier because I'm not going to rank them low because I mean, they're all good, they're clean, but it's not, they can't go higher, you know? It's not like they're doing anything. I do like the trim having DC United and the stars on it. But yeah, overall, pretty simple, clean shirt. So FC Cincinnati combined their typical, from what I understand, they usually either had a white kit or an orange kit, and now they fused them into one, and I think it is great. The stripes being the two-tone oranges is a awesome look with the blue on the trim around the neck and the sleeves. It's great. The sponsorship being in the blue, fantastic. I think this is an awesome kit. I'm definitely putting this in the great tier. It's one of my personal favorites. I want this one because it just looks awesome. And then finally we have FC Dallas, which I like this kit. It's like a modern retro looking kit, and while doing research, this is a reference to their classic kits with the hoops going around. And we're going to see it again later on, and I have some critiques about that one. But this one I think is great because it doesn't do the thing that I see a lot of hoop kits do, where the logo or the sponsorship is like halfway between two of the lines. It's everything's clean, everything's on a line. It all makes sense. Personally, I think this is another goes in the great tier. Personally, all right. So we're about a third of the way through these, and I have to warn you, I do think the next kid might be the worst one released this year. So the Dynamo decided to go with a mission control themed kit this year, inspired by Houston's connection to, space exploration and all that. But it just doesn't look good. I don't know. It just doesn't look that good. I get that it's supposed to be like a space view of the streets of the city, but the design itself though is just not it. I don't know what they were going for here, but it's personally one of my least favorites, if not, I think, one of the worst this year. Inter Miami. I could have made this kid in 5 seconds. It's a black kid with pink accents. It's gonna sell 10 billion um, jerseys just because it has Messi on the back, and I don't know what else you want to talk. I'm putting this one in bed. I had the nice and simple tier. This does not deserve that. This looks like if you take, I don't know if they have this in FIFA, but in NBA 2K and NFL, you can make your own jerseys. This looks like something I would have made for the first time when I was like 7 playing one of those games. Yeah, it's going in bad tier. It's right there with Houston for me. Next, we have the LA Galaxy, and their whole design is supposed to be centered around the sash. That's what they're going for and everything with all their jerseys. It's like their main visual element. However, and I think it's more the sponsorship, but I hate the way the sponsorship logo looks because between the company name Herbalife and the sash, there's just so much space. And it's because of those 3 leaves on the sides, but it's like you have to find a way to incorporate that better because it just does not look good like this. It looks so like clunky and weird having it broken down like that. So I don't know. I'm putting this in good because I do like a lot of it. It has a lot of potential, but the sash is keeping it from being great or anything. Next we have LAFC, and this is one of my favorite. This is going in uh the top tier, the amazing tier, all time tier, whatever I'm gonna label it as. The Art Deco, being from New York City, we have similar stuff with Art Deco, and it just looks so nice. The black and gold is a great combination, and everything just looks clean. It looks nice. I mean, this is a kit I want. This is awesome. I mean, I just love the look of this and everything because it just looks so clean. There's no issues with, you could see all the logos, you could see everything. It's so nice. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Next, we have the Minnesota United, and compared to LA Galaxy, I think this is the better way to do the sash, where they don't have the actual design sash, but they do because it's negative space. Like there's no design along where the sash would be. And I think that's awesome. I think the fact that the sash goes all the way through, and I get it, it's a negative space sash, so you could do that, but it's such a better overall design to me. Plus, the colors are great. Everything pops. It looks awesome. So to me, this is going to be put in the great tier. So Nashville SC's design is pretty basic. I hate the way they did these logos in the vertical. It looks very clunky and weird. Um, I would have put this in the simple but nice if they did the logos normally, but because of that, I'm putting it in the bed tier, or whatever I'm going to end up calling it. Needs work tier, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to toss it there in Miami because this is just like, I don't know. And then the green accents, it just looks weird. Now, this might be the best kit to come out this year. Granted, I am from the United States. I do love my country, and having it be the 250th anniversary of the country and going with the firework design, which is a big part of the 4th of July here, is awesome. I think it really plays into the New England Revolution aspect, and this is by far probably my favorite kit of the year. I think the design is awesome. I think every part of it is awesome. I think the firework being the logo of the team is amazing. I think no notes, perfect. I'm putting this as the best of the year so far for me. So NYCFC opted for the navy wheel pattern with silver stripes and the silver logo and lettering on the front. And honestly, it's a great overall kit. I think it's a really nice design. I like when the pattern is centered and it's repeating. And I like when it doesn't just stop like at random points on the kit. I like when it fills out the whole kit. So to me, this is easily a great kit. All right, so we've gone through about 20 of the teams so far, and I have a quick question for you guys. Which kits have you disagreed with so far? So the next kit I'm looking at, the New York Red Bulls, I got the design wrong at first, and it is to me one of the most confusing kits. But let's get back into that. Looking at Red Bulls, I got their design wrong. I thought it was supposed to be like lightning elements, like how a lot of older jerseys and stuff I saw back in the day were, but it's supposed to be tree roots to connect them to their origin. And I just personally, like, I could see it now that I know what it is, but I just don't think it's that great of a design. Like, I do, in terms of understanding what the design was supposed to be, I do like the red and black. I think that's a great color palette. I do like the overall look of it, but from understanding what the design is supposed to be, I don't think it's good. So that's why I'm going to put it in good but not great tier. Next, we got Orlando, which, they stepped away from the usual white secondary kits to go with this yellow and gold design. My only problem with the yellow and gold design kits, and the same thing with the World Cup with Colombia, is you can't really see what the gold is supposed to be on the yellow and vice versa, just because they are difficult sometimes to separate. Um, I understand that the center is supposed to be a lion and it's all the lion's hair. That's where they came with the color. I just wish there was a little more separation, maybe like some purple highlights around the line or something. But it's simple but nice. I'm gonna throw it there. I because I there's nothing wrong with it. It looks nice, so it's simple but nice. Now this one, I disagree with a lot of people when they said this one should have a vertical stripe because the Philadelphia Union, that's like one of their trademarks, is a central stripe apparently. But I disagree. I love this. I love it's the 250th anniversary of the country. You're in the city that was you're in the city that has one of the biggest roles in American history. Lean into that. I love it. They have Ben Franklin. They have all the other different aspects of American history. The 1776 in the bottom right is great. I love it. This is one of the top kits for me. I'm putting it in um probably great tier, I would say. Portland, so it's supposed to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Providence Park where they play. But it to me it looks like almost when you're printing a paper and you're starting to run out of ink and it starts slowly getting desaturated the color. That's what this looks like. This looks like they were the last kits to be printed and they just didn't feel like buying more ink for the printer. And it's just like it's nice. I don't know much about Providence Park, so I can't talk much on the design on the front. It's a cool design, but it's just I don't know. It's not doing it for me because it looks so desaturated and everything. So I'm putting this in the bottom tier personally. Now we got Real Salt Lake. I like the design. I like it a lot. My problem is this looks like you took Barcelona's design and you just made the stripes horizontal instead of vertical, which I'm not going to fault them for changing up a historically amazing kit. It just to me, it just that's what it reminds me of. But overall, I think it's a great looking kit. I mean, the colors are great. We know that. The My one issue is I hate the star is on the blue line. Now that I noticed that above the logo, I was gonna put this in great. I'm putting it in good just because of that. I hate when they do that. That just aggravates me. But yeah, this is going in good, not great. San Diego FC. So San Diego obviously last year had the expansion season kits for their first year, and they're experimenting with different designs and stuff. To me, this almost looks like heat wave esque lines. Like if it's really hot out and you're looking ahead of you, you'll see like it start to get a little hazy. It's cool. I like it. It's fun. Um, I would say to me, it's going to go in the either it's good. I don't really have much to say. It's a nice, good kid. There's not much to really say about them. They don't have a history. This is one of their first like designed kits. I like it. It's a good design. Now this is personally the my second favorite kit. I think it's awesome what they did here as a reference to Grateful Dead, which was my dad's favorite band, or at least one of them, and the whole Bay Area music. The tie dye, I love the tie dye look. It's great. I was a scene kid for a little bit back in the day, so I love it. Grateful Dead, love them. I have a couple of their albums on vinyl, and to me, this is an awesome kit. This is definitely one I have to get, especially that it has the Grateful Dead logo in the bottom corner, which I just noticed. But I need this kit. I need to order one as soon as possible. Seattle Sounders, boring, bottom tier, moving on, nothing of note. Sporting Kansas City. So they're incorporating. apparently their older what's called Argyle design, which are these like diamonds. But to me, it's just odd because the diamond doesn't exactly go around the Adidas logo or the Sporting Kansas logo, and then it's just empty in the center. I don't know. I feel like if they took a little bit more time to like figure out parts of the design, I think it would have been a lot better. But for me, this is going in the good, not great tier because it's cool, but there's something off about it. It looks like it needed like another day or two to get finalized. St. Louis. I don't like gold kits, personally. I appreciate that they're honoring Tina Turner. Love Tina Turner. The tribute is great, but I do not like this design. I do not like gold kits. It just doesn't work for me. I like gold when it's an accent color or a secondary color, but not as the main thing. Like it's a good kit, but I just don't like gold, so I'm putting it in the bottom tier. Toronto. It's simple but nice. I like the stripe in the center being split into six to represent the six boroughs of Toronto. I like a lot of this. It's simple. It's nice. I hate the circular part of the BMO logo because it makes it a little off balance, but it's still a simple, nice kit. If they made that circle slightly smaller, would be amazing. And finally, got Vancouver Whitecaps. They kept things simple with the navy design with the white stripes. I do really like the um, detail around the collar and the sleeves. I think if they did a whole kit like that with that design, it would be awesome. But simple, nice, love it. All right, we've looked at all 30 new MLS kits. Now it's time to rank them. So first we have the bottom tier, and these are jerseys that just completely missed the mark. Next we have D tier, which is not bad and not terrible, but just okay. Then we have the nice and simple tier. Then we have the solid kits tier. And then we have my S tiers. So I know people are going to disagree with me about some of my choices, especially if you're a fan of some of these teams. So tell me in the comments which ones did I get right, which ones did I get wrong. If you enjoyed my video and want more content like this, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below if this kind of content you like seeing. As you know, I'm also going to be doing the daily series still, but I appreciate all of you. Hope you all have a great day. Peace out.